And
And
Jabula from PMB, okay. Lani from Johannesburg, Tandega from Durban. Welcome, Tandega. Um, let's see, keep the names rolling if you're just joining. Hi, Bridget from African. If you're just joining us, please go to the chat function and tell us your name and where you're from. Bunolo from Johannesburg, welcome. Tandoluetu from Middleburg, welcome. Ndutugo, there's someone from Cape Town. There's someone from Johannesburg, welcome. There's another person from Cape Town. All right. Oh, we've got Catherine from KwaZulu Natal. So many people, guys, it's diversity. Like all of you guys are coming from different places. In Johannesburg, from Cape Town, Durban. Hopefully, we have someone from a different country. Johannesburg as well. Michali from Cape Town, welcome. Someone else from East London. And yeah, so a very warm good afternoon to each and every one of you. If you're just joining us, please continue sending us your names. We will read them out. And unfortunately, if time goes on, we saw your name was here, we welcome you. So my name is Samgadisiwe Nomusa Shongwe, and I'm currently serving as the Public Relations Officer for Golden Key UJ. The business for today is to really engage in an intensive workshop, or rather a guideline that will somehow play a pivotal part in enabling you to understand how the Johannesburg Stock Exchange investment competition works. Today, we've got someone who's pioneered the industry of financial literacy, Mr. Zabatom Simang, who is the founder of the Vugamgani Foundation, founded in 2015. The Vugamgani Foundation focuses on youth economic empowerment activities across the African continent. To date, the platform has hosted over 400 workshops, 187 to be exact in Gauteng, and reaching a whopping 250,000 students all over South Africa. It has played a pivotal role in empowering the young people of this country by engaging them in entering the industry of trading through the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Mr. Samang has partnered with big brands including Celsi as well as Luno with promoting financial literacy through the Johannesburg Stock Exchange investment competition. Right now, he's also serving as the JSE ambassador. He has played a pivotal role in not only empowering the young people of this country, but also someone we reckon as a trailblazer as Golden Key DJ. Mr. Zaba, are you online? Can you hear me?
Hi everybody.
Yes, so that's Mr. Zaba. So the floor is over to you. You may proceed.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everybody. Sanbonani, Dumelang, and my favorite one, what's up, everybody? Yes, my name is Zabam Semang. I am a UJ alumna, and it is indeed a privilege and an honor to be with you today. Just to give you a bit of background on who I am, I was born and raised in Katlehong, normal background. I went to high school, just in a high school nearby, and I matriculated there and then found my way at the University of Johannesburg. And just to give you a bit of more background on that, you know, when I started off at UJ, my marks weren't good enough for me to do the course that I actually wanted to do. I actually wanted to do actuarial science. But unfortunately, my matric results weren't good enough. So I had to do what they call a bridging or foundation course first at the DFC campus before I made my way to the other campus. Fast forward a few years later, I managed to graduate with two distinctions, and I had to work extremely, extremely hard for that. So the reason why I'm telling you this is because today you guys are top performing students who are representing a new culture, a new way of looking at our studies and actually performing at the highest level. So today I really want to take this opportunity to let you know that I am privileged and both honored to be with you today. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is Ivugamgani? Ivugamgani is a foundation that we have started as young people in South Africa to change the culture in regards to youth empowerment activities. So today, I am proud to announce that I have partnered with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange for the last 5 years to empower young people with investment, saving, trading, and financial literacy skills as a whole. So it's my 5th year with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We are on a campus tour. We go to all campuses all over the country, and we empower students with the JSE Investment Challenge, which is what we are going to talk about today. So the Johannesburg Stock Exchange is the biggest stock exchange in the whole of Africa. So I just want to let you guys know that you are situated in the pinnacle of Africa's economy, and South Africa is leading and is championing financial literacy in terms of stock market education as well. So my job and my partnership with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange has encouraged many, many more young people to take their savings and their investment skills very, very seriously. And another thing that I would also like to add is that the reason why the Johannesburg Stock Exchange has created this platform is because they want to see more and more young people using and spending their monies wisely. For us from Vugamgani Foundation, we are facing the youth unemployment rate, where we have huge number of graduates that are coming out every year, but seemingly it's hard for them to find a job. It was the same for me as well with my 2 distinctions. That's why I also had to go the extra mile and start something on my own. And I hope this will also encourage you to use your academics to enhance your talents. So now I'm going to introduce you into the world of the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and what the stock market is all about. Understanding the Johannesburg Stock Exchange Investment Challenge game for universities and colleges. Yes, my name is not. My name is Zaba Msemang. So just to give you an overall background on what the Johannesburg stock market is. So some of you guys, when you watch the news or you listen to the radio, you always hear about the market updates, and you always hear that the rand has gone down, the financials has gone up, industrials have gone down, etc., etc. So that are the tipping points and the tips that are encouraging people to invest into specific sectors of the market. So the investment challenge was created as a simulation. And I'll repeat that. This is not a demo model. This is not a demo game. It is a simulation. If you're a pilot, you want to learn how to fly, they put you into a simulation, not a demo model. So into the simulation, what happens is that whatever happens in real life, in terms of the stock market, the changes, the transactions, everything that happens in real life will automatically appear in the game just the next day, not in live time. So that's the first thing I want you to know about the investment challenge. And one other thing is that there are 3 basic principles that we want to instill in you. We want to plant a seed in your heart and in your mind so that you can understand what investing is all about. And the 3 basic principles that I want you guys to take home today is buying, selling, and holding on to shares, for example. So the 3 basic principles are all about buying shares at the right time, for example, selling shares at the right time, and holding on to those shares if they're growing or if they're decreasing. So the JSE Investment Challenge now has created this game, this opportunity that allows young people to learn how to invest and how to trade. So unfortunately, the investment challenge is closing today on the 23rd of September. However, we are going to allow everybody who's on the platform to get an opportunity to get a real trial run. Because next year, when we kick off our campaign and we kick off nationally, I want to see you performing. I want to see you guys ahead of the pack. So consider yourselves very lucky because you guys are going to be getting first-hand tips and first-hand knowledge that is ultimately preparing you for the big race that is going to happen. The game is played between 2 and 4 people, so not less than 2 people in a team, not more than 4 people in a team. It's 150 rands per team. For if it's 4 of you in a team, it'll be about 35 rands. If it's about 2 of you in a team, it's about 75 rands. So don't worry, no one is paying for the investment challenge. Everything is free now. You will only pay next year when you start and register. So there are 4 major instruments that I want you guys to look there. It's your third point, your second last point. The first one is shares. Everybody knows about shares. Shares are what we use to invest in a company. So because you guys want to make money, you want to use your money so that it works for you, you are investing into a company, and essentially you are investing because you want to make a profit. You are not there like Vugamgani, which is a charitable organization that does not make profit. You're an investor, you want to make a profit. So the reason why people and companies and organizations buy into shares is so that they allow their shareholders and their beneficiaries to have profits every financial year end. The other instrument that is used are ETFs, ETNs, warrants, and top 40 single stock futures. So because some of you might not understand the technical terms or what are ETFs, the JSE has created a booklet, which I call the Encyclopedia of Trading and Investments for Academics. I will make sure that everybody has this book available to them. I will make sure that I send it to Samu and I send it to the Golden Key chapter so that everybody who's attending this workshop can access this booklet. All the terminologies that you need to know about investing and trading are on that booklet. For example, ETFs. ETFs are short for electronic traded funds. So for example, most of you like e-wallets, I assume. So the e-wallets form part of electronic traded funds because for every e-wallet that I am sending to someone or someone is sending to me, there is a percentage that goes to the bank. So that amount of money is recorded under ETFs, for examples. And there are also ETNs and warrants and top 40 single stock futures, which are related to more contracts and futures. So I don't want you to worry about that too much. What I want you to do is that I want you to go and research for yourself. What are these ETNs? Go and have a look. Why should we invest in ETNs? Because one trading principle that I want you guys to know about right now is do not invest in something that you do not understand. That is the reason why most people are losing their monies outside, because they're investing in products and things that they don't understand. So now, let's get this started. Once you have registered on the investment challenge, so you register on the portal. The portal is the University Challenge. Every team must have a name. So if you're from UP, you can be Powerpuff Girls UP, or Moneymakers UP, or UJ Moneymakers, or something of the sort. Once you have registered, everyone must have their unique username and unique password. So your unique username can be Martin1, or it can be Tabo1, and your password can be Tabo #1 or Tabo@1. Every group member, every team must have their own unique username and their own unique passwords. I hope that is clear. So now that you have, let's say you have registered. Once you have registered on the investment challenge, you log on to the portal. It will give you, no, you cannot be alone, Michelle. I see that that question. So I'll answer all the questions, don't worry. But You cannot do this thing alone. You have to be in a team. Some of your teammates must read the newspaper now. Some of you must listen to the radio. There are some radio shows that I can recommend, like like on SAFM, like on Power FM. All the market updates are around about 6 o'clock. There's a show on Metro FM as well called Ayabonga Kawe, and all these different shows where you can get your tips and information and updates on what you need to know. On top of that, when you open up the portal, you will see this interface. This is what you are going to see on the portal. Your first column there on your left, it says last trade. So because you haven't put in any trades, you don't worry about that. Focus on the middle column. It will give you your latest updates, meaning that anything that happens in the markets will be recorded and it will be updated onto the JSE so that you can see. For example, they talk about Aspen Holding Limited there. We are in the COVID-19 pandemic. Most of the pharmaceutical companies are making tons and tons of profits. So when you look at Aspen Pharmaceuticals, it's imperative to see, what is it that they're doing to increase their profitability for their share prices. For example, we can even talk about the vaccine in terms of making the vaccine easily accessible for a lot of people, meaning that they are pushing more numbers, they are manufacturing more vaccines, meaning that there are more people who are likely to buy the vaccine, increasing more profits for the company. That's just an example that I'm trying to make for you. Now, the most important thing that I want you to learn about this investment challenge is there are two columns there. There is a search portion there. Under the search button, there is the share name. Guys, here, this is where you go and you enter the company that you want to invest in. For example, you want to invest in Mr. Motsepe's company, African Rainbow Minerals, because they have different operations going on. Or maybe you want to buy into Coca-Cola, or maybe you want to buy into Bottle World Logistics because you've seen the number of trucks that they have, or you've seen DHL adverts, etc., etc. Now, you go there, you press search, and you click and you enter the company that you want. So if you want Vodacom, you click Vodacom, and it will pop up there, Vodacom. On your right-hand side, you have available balance. Now, this is what the investment challenge is all about. In your available balance, guys, you are going to get 1 million rands. I repeat, in your available balance, you are going to get 1 million rands. And guys, please, this is not real money. Nah? You cannot go and withdraw and go shopping with this money, unfortunately, and buy your Gucci bags. This money you are going to use to invest and trade on this platform. So you're going to get an available balance of 1 million rands. The team which has raised the most money by the end of the competition, that has raised their 1 million rands, will ultimately win the competition. So there is a national segment as well, and there's also a Gauteng segment to this as well. And you will see it when we go to the scoreboard. So let's move on to our next slide. Now, you have your portfolio segment there. If you see the red button, the red arrow, it shows you that you have your portfolio there. So once you click on your portfolio, this is what you will see. You will see the different types of companies that you have bought in your left column. What you will find there, you will see you have Anglo, and on the right, you have 56. That 56 simply represents the number of shares that you have bought, or whatever instrument that you have bought. So in this instance, we have bought 56 shares for Anglo American. Underneath, we have Aspen, where we have 430 shares, and for First Rand, because I also bank with FNB, we have bought 4,866 shares, and it will tell you how much each share costs. On the column on the right, it says unit costs. And then when you move towards the end, it will give you what your total price is for the number of shares that you have. Now, look at the arrows there on today's move, right? You have 2.8% decrease. Now, guys, because the JSE understands you guys are not professional traders, we want you guys to start grabbing the concept of appreciation, depreciation, why certain shares increase in price and why certain shares decrease in price. I always say to young people, we cannot teach you how to swim if you are outside of the swimming pool. You need to jump into this swimming pool and learn how to swim. So, for example, you will only know why share prices are going up or they are going down if you invest in that company. Because if you buy into Vodacom shares today for 10 rands, next week your shares might be worth 100 rands or they might be worth 200 rands. Whatever profit that you have made from those shares will ultimately go to your 1 million rands. So if you buy shares with 10 rands today and you decide tomorrow that, no, man, these shares are not working for me, I want to sell them. You can sell them at whatever price that you decide to sell them for. Whatever profit that you make, it goes on to the 1 million. But how do you buy and put in transactions? They're on the last column, guys. On the last, it says tools. You have a quote button there and you have a trade button. The quote button will tell you how much your 56 shares are costing you. And your trade button will ultimately allow you to put in a transaction. It will allow you to buy and it will allow you to sell, right? Yes, it does mirror the real economic environment. Remember what I said, that this is not a demo model. This is a simulation. Whatever happens on the stock market in South Africa today on a Thursday, they will ultimately appear tomorrow on the investment challenge. And what I want you to understand as well is that markets always open at 8 o'clock and they close at 5 o'clock. If some of you have seen in international news, they always have a bell that rings at the New York stock market, at the New York Stock Exchange. In the morning, they have an opening bell, and at late, they have a closing bell. That is the time that you're allowed to put in your transactions. I hope I'm making sense to you on that. So, guys, now you know which company you want to buy into, which company. I said. Sorry, I see it's 9 a.m. there. Sorry, yes, you're correct. So, as you can see, you have a scoreboard there, right? The scoreboard arrow there, it will show you your performance in terms of where you are listed, how much your team is making. Look at those numbers from number 1 to number 215, for example. This year, with the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, we as Vugamngani managed to have a community that has over 270 teams, right? And that's only in Gauteng. On a national scale, there should probably be about 800 to 900 teams that are representing different campuses there. So your team will be somewhere there. And because obviously you haven't put in any trades, it will situate you wherever you are. But once you start making and putting in transaction, buying shares of different companies, spreading your money wisely, you will start going up. Your position will start moving up. For the Gauteng overall scoreboard, so once after you finish with this session, go on and check the Gauteng leadership board. You will see that all the teams there have VK, from the number 1 leading team to the last team in Gauteng. We have a Vugamngani community, which is where we want you guys. We want you to be part of our community with this Johannesburg Stock Exchange Investment Challenge. So all the teams performing, it will give you there how much you have made, what is your income, what are your holdings, and what is your ultimate growth. And your growth is what is actually going to determine whether you're winning this competition or not. So now we're going to the most important part of this presentation because it's so short. Sorry, I'll have to answer these popping up questions later. So now you have shares there. There are all the different companies that you want. So if you're clicking on a specific company, you will go to the trade button or the quote button. Like I said to you, once you click the trade button, this window will pop up, guys. This window that pops up here, this is where you put in the unit cost. You put in the number of shares that you want to buy. Guys, please do not buy shares for 1,000 shares only in one company. There are so many companies that are listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. And what thing I want you guys to know as well is that there is a reason why companies want to list on the stock market. One, they want to list on the stock market because it is the most cost-effective way of raising capital, right? It is the most effective way of raising capital from the general public. So that's why most companies invest. And when you invest, when you list, sorry about that, when you list, guys, and any company that wants to list on the Johannesburg stock market, they must go through the capital markets division. The capital markets division, that's where they will scrutinize you and ask you, why do you want to list your company? Do you want to list it now? For how much, etc., etc. So all companies that are listed go through a process. Now that those companies are listed, you as the general public, me and you, we are allowed to go and invest in that company by buying shares. Now, this is what stockbrokers and traders do every day in their lives. They put in how many shares they want to buy. See there on the table, it has company name, Vodacom. It has the latest price there, and then it has how many you can buy, how many you can sell. If you like the number of shares that you want, you click place buy order and your transaction is automatically in. The same principle applies for warrants. You want warrants for Vodacom or something like that, you put in the initial amount, you just click, enter the number and click place buy order and you are done. The same principle goes for futures. With futures as well, remember, you can sell your shares if they're not performing, or you can sell your futures if you feel that they are not giving you the returns that you so rightly deserve, or the returns that you guys want as investors. I repeat that, guys. You can sell when you want to. You can place as a buy order whenever you want to. But it has to be between 9 o'clock and between 4 o'clock before the market actually closes. So, guys, before I go to the end of this presentation, there is cash prizes, and this is real money that they're giving away. Every year, the JSE has the JSE Investment Challenge Award ceremony. At the ceremony, they are awarding the best performing teams, the team that ultimately wins this competition, the team that ultimately raises the most funds and generates the most income. They get this 25,000 rands for them to share as a team, right? As a team. And on top of that, there is a free trip to an international stock exchange. So I think the year before last, they went to the New York Stock Exchange, and I think it was a university from Stellenbosch. It was a team from Stellenbosch. There's a 20,000 rands there for number 2 and a 15,000 rands for number 3. Guys, the JSE also gives away 5,000 rands every month for the best performing team. This is a free 5,000 rands, guys. There is a high school segment of this competition as well. So high school learners are also doing this competition. So there is no reason why top performing students at the Golden Key Society cannot participate in this competition. Guys, there's also webinars as well. There's also a JSE social media page that they have on all social media networks. I'm also available on the social networks under Zabam Simang, under Vugamgani as well. You can check us out on all social media networks. This is where we usually put up all our updates, etc., etc. Unfortunately, guys, for me to actually record and track your progress and see where you're going wrong and how you're doing and how we can help you, we have to put VK before your team name. So your team name can be Powerpuff Girls, but it must be VK Powerpuff Girls. And guys, once you have been registered, please, you don't have to pay same time. Once you have registered, go in there and use that 1 million rand. Use that 1 million, spend it on all the companies that you want to spend it on. Limit, spread your wealth. And what I want to tell you is that this principle that you are using, you are going to teach your family members, your lecturers, your teachers, and every other person who needs to make money. Yes, VK is the code, right? VK is the code. The booklet that you are keeping, you are going to share with your family members, right? And so don't worry about the investment challenge closing. I want you guys to take this opportunity to use it as a trial run, because next year we are going to host another session where we are going to give you a head start over all the other participants and all the other students. I will also leave my details with the society so that you guys can contact me. But what I must state, and I must specifically clarify myself on this is not real money. This will not affect you when you go and you invest in another company or you want to buy shares in another. No, nothing of the sort. This is strictly an educational platform that aims on empowering you, young people, with money skills. Guys, please, when you leave the university that you are in as well, please make sure that you know what shares to buy in. Guys, you can buy shares for 100 rands. You can buy shares for 200 rands. It depends on what shares you are buying and why you are buying those shares. So this ultimately, guys, leaves me to the end of my presentation. It's a very short presentation. I want you guys to register as soon as possible. Go and see what teams are doing to start making that money. And please, guys, follow us on all social media networks so that we are able to engage. On Thursdays, I think the JSE, please just put a notifications text on your social media for the investment challenge. There is a show. It's a Q&A session that is hosted by Rolf Spears and a lady called Ruby Mboya, if some of you know her. That's where you guys can ask any questions that you want. Guys, as long as you are a student from any university, you are allowed to participate in this challenge. You are allowed to trade. And oh, I see the questions popping up. Someone, I think for me, this is it. This is the end of the presentation. I think now we can ultimately take the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Zabatwa, for that wonderful presentation. Guys, am I the only one who wishes this 1 million rand was not virtual, but was real? But I hope that, guys, we all benefited somehow from this initiative. But we've got also a few questions from our Q&A. So to those of you who would like to type questions or not using the chat function, you can simply go straight to the Q&A. So Zaba, I just wanted to have like a short dialogue before we conclude things. But our first question comes from David. He says that he has already graduated and he's always wanted to participate in the challenge. Is he still eligible?
Yes, you are definitely allowed to come and explore and polish your skills here. As long as you are a graduate, you work with someone from a college or a student who has graduated, I have no problem with that. As long as you have VK before your team name, I will gladly accept that.
All right. So the next question was okay, I think it was because of what you said during the presentation. But this person I didn't get the name, sorry, but they said if the competition ends today, can I still participate? Can I still register?
So because the competition is ultimately closing today, what I want you to do is that I'm trying to give them an opportunity to get a test run, a look and feel. Why are you putting in that transaction? What's the problem with that? And that kind of stuff. Go in there, just log in and just register, experience it. Even if it closes, it's fine. But just remember, we are building up towards next year. Whether you have graduated or not, by next year, make sure that you are on the investment challenge because the opportunity is what counts. So I hope I'm answering that question very well. Please don't worry about the closing date. You won't get any prizes, you won't get anything, just a look and feel. But next year, you will be able to qualify for those prizes and you will be able to participate for the whole challenge. And how do you register? You register on the University JSE website. So if you go to the JSE University Challenge, it will automatically pop up there. I will make sure that everyone has a booklet there. Every information that you need to know is on that booklet. Samu, I'm not sure if I sent you. Do you have the booklet? We'll
Yes,
just make sure that. Okay.
Yeah. And another thing is, guys, I have participated in the investment challenge, and I've been part of the top 10, and then I went down again. You need to be smart with the financial moves you make. That is very important. So you need to watch the news, read newspapers, be with a team member that is really strong. So I think Mohammed is also asking, does everyone have to be part of the Golden Key UJ chapter? No, you don't. This is open to everyone who's in university. So I'll just answer that one. And the next one is, how do we access it? Go to the https www.JSE University competition. You will go straight there. You'll create accounts, log in, and enter your names. And with your team member, you are able to enter until you guys are 4 in a team, 4 or less, not less than 2, not more than 4. All right. So social media handles, you can actually type Vugamgani, VUKAMNGANI, Vugamgani, or you can follow us Golden Key UJ, and then DM us on our social media platforms that you'd like to have the booklet, and I will send it directly to you. The next question, I hope I'm not missing anyone's question. Guys, please keep those questions coming. We still have time. Let me check here. From my understanding, is it open to all students? So find a group out of, okay, sorry, I don't, okay. Does it, okay, Mr. Simang, it's asking, does it include only university students, like students from public universities, or can you be from a different college and participate in the investment competition as well?
Higher education, whether you're in a college, it doesn't matter. I'm seeing the Central Johannesburg College. Every single college is and I must state, guys, unfortunately, we cannot get to everyone, but if you can, I'm trying to reach out to every single university that is out there. So because you guys are based in different universities, please reach out to me, reach out to Samu. Let's find ways of actually coming to your campus when things are officially open. But everybody is allowed. We are trying to reach out to as many students and higher learning academics as possible. Doesn't matter which course you are in.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just quickly go to the next questions. We might be running out of time. But okay, let me just do this. So we have to register today for the latest and to take part in the competition for next year. No, you don't have, you can just participate. Like this can be your dry run, okay? The competition is going to open again in March. I'm not sure about dates, Mr. Simang. Are you sure when in March? But the competition is going to reopen again in March. So nothing to worry about. You can just go there and just dry run the competition. So can I participate with someone from a different institution? Yeah, can you participate, Mr. Simang, with someone from a different university, or you all have to be from the same university?
No, any university. You can be from different universities. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Okay, so let's take okay, I can take 2 more questions. All right. Can you please repeat how can we get the booklet? All right. Okay, so the way you can actually get the booklet, all right. There are 2 ways. You can email the Golden Key UJ, or go to Golden Key UJ chapter, okay, on your Instagram account, or just type Golden Key UJ and say, may I please have you can type JSE booklet, and a PDF version will be sent directly to you. All right. Another way to connect with Mr. Simang is to follow him on all his social media platforms at Vugamgani Foundation. Follow us, Golden Key UJ. And yeah, it was a pleasure I'm hosting this event.
Sorry about that, Samu. My also private one for free. My name is Zabam Simang, Zaba. Zabam Simang, you can follow me, you can WhatsApp me, you can inbox me. It's fine. As long as it's not at night, guys, please. Eh?
All right, Tandega saying, do you win anything if you're in the fourth place? Unfortunately, you don't, but you do stand the opportunity to win monthly prizes. So let's say if you were number 200 and something in the leaderboard, and then 1 month your shares went up and you were like number 1 or number 4, things change. Okay, so it's not fixed. That you have to have. So you can be number 1 tomorrow, and then tomorrow you can be number 200 and something. Nothing is fixed. So you can win. Everyone has a chance of winning in this competition, but aim high. So go for second or third position. All right. So let's just get more questions in the Q&A.
I saw one there that says, how do we form teams? Guys, you just form a team with a friend from a different university, or a friend from campus, or a friend from class, or if you don't have a team, try and get someone from the Golden Key chapter, because now we can talk via WhatsApp, we can open up groups, we can do different stuff. So don't you worry about that. Yes, you have to be from South Africa. Otherwise, we won't be able to give you your money when you deserve it. Well, only you have to be in a South African institution. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Thank you, Samu.
Okay, so Zaba, I think, let me check time. Okay, we've got 18 minutes left. Okay, we've got so many questions coming in, but this one is coming from Michelle, and in the Q&A, she's asking, where do we register and how do we pay for the 150 Rand? Does it matter if you are in South Africa? You can pay for it using an EFT. You can just visit the website. There are different ways you can pay the 150, but if you register, you get 30 days, exactly 30 days to pay for it. But even if you didn't pay it, you can still participate in the competition. Um, okay. Please explain the VK and what we are meant to do with it. Zaba, I think this question is for you. Please explain the VK and what are we supposed to do with it?
Sure. So if everybody goes on to the investment challenge scoreboard, when you go to the university scoreboard, when you go to the portal and the website, you will see in Gauteng that almost all of the teams are from VK. So the reason why we do that is because I want to be able to check on your progress. I also want to be able to assist you where we can. And also, we are trying to formulate a community where we have these young people who have participated in the challenge, so that we can also help them to apply for bursaries as well. So for example, the JSE, guys, please go and check the JSE. In October, the JSE has bursaries, right? I think that's the last closing date for bursaries. So I'll also be able to motivate that this team, VK, has also been part of our community. They've been putting in active trades. So please, guys, go there and check. We need you in our community. VK is for us to be able to identify you from all the other students from different campuses.
Okay, Zaba, this one is a very interesting question. So Anonymous is asking, what platform are we able to buy real shares on the JSE? So I've got real money today and I want to buy shares and I don't want to participate in the competition. How do we go about that?
They will definitely have to go through a broker. So you will go through a bank, for example, go to Nedbank or FNB, go and look for a broker and go and find ways. And also, I'll give you more homework. Go and look for various brokers that are available on the market, because they all have different fees and all that kind of stuff. You can go through your bank. You can buy shares using your FNB bank as well. So if you've got real money and you want to use it, I suggest that you go and see a broker.
Yeah, and there are also websites available. Unfortunately, we can't use this platform to promote, but you can find places where you can purchase easy equities from as small as 75 francs. So Nokwanda is asking, if you did this challenge as in an assignment from your university, can you participate again using different login details? Can you, Mr. Zaba?
No, I would suggest just use one. If you have, it's okay. It's also not a train smash, but remember, you're registering 2 teams now instead of 1. So when the time comes, you'll be paying double when you need to be paying less. And I'm trying to save you money. So pay once, pay half, don't pay double, please.
Okay, so anonymous again. We've got anonymous. Guys, tell us your names, okay? So, what JSE platforms are we able to purchase real shares on? I think Mr. Zaba has already answered that one. And okay, let me see. More questions are coming in. Would you say that Easy Equities is a sufficient platform to invest in? All right. So, Mr. Zaba, do you want to answer the one on Easy Equities? Did you hear me?
So
Hello?
unfortunately, Easy Equities is not paying me. Otherwise, I'd be giving them free marketing right now. But actually,
Exactly.
good platform, and I hope that we can record this session and give it to them, because we want them to also come and add value here. So Easy Equities is also a great platform.
Yeah. So we can't say much on that, but it's also a great platform. I do suggest you can go on Google and check that for yourself. So I think I will be taking 2 more of the last question. So how many members must be in the team? Less than 4, above 2. So you can be 2, 3, or 4 in one team. Let me just quickly go to the chat box, and I don't want to miss anyone's question. Okay. All right. Yes, so a recording will be available. So on my side, Mr. Zavatwa, I think we can conclude everything because we have answered most questions in the Q&A. But if you feel like you want to engage with us more, you can also email directly to the Golden Key Society or visit us on our social media platforms like Golden Key_UJ. You can find Mr. Zabatwa Simang. Type his name on social media and you'll find him. But on my side, my name is Samgelisi Wenomusa Shongwe, and it was such a pleasure hosting you guys today. And I'm the Public Relations Officer for Golden Key UJ. I'm wishing you a very good night or a good afternoon rather, and enjoy yourselves. So thank you, Mr. Zaba.
Thank you so much for having me. Please, guys, please just follow me. Please follow me, and then we'll take everything from there. Thanks, Golden Key. I really appreciate this opportunity on behalf of Vogamgani and the JSE as well. It's always a pleasure to empower young people.
Yeah, thank you so much. And to everyone, guys, who joined us, if you're not following Golden Key South Africa, Golden Key, hashtag it's Heritage Day tomorrow. Make money your heritage. Hashtag money your heritage, your culture. Okay, so to everyone, guys, thank you so much. And goodbye.